Welcome. So, in this edition, we'll talk about the updates from Kurukshetra. So, the very first topic that has been discussed is Employment Linked Incentive Scheme. Now, this is a nationwide initiative for creation of job and inclusive growth. The scheme period is considered from 6 years, from 2024 to 2030. The projected job support is nearly 99 lakh with an incentive of 15,000 per new employee that joins would be paid directly. Now, under this scheme, there would be a financial incentive which would occur in two phases. First, when is the job creation? Now, after the job creation, the employer hires the employee. This initiation starts. Under the phase one, the first incentive is released after 5 months of continuous employment, and under phase 2 it is released after 12 months of continuous employment. So those are the two initiatives that have been explained under the two different phases. Now, the target beneficiary, it's mainly the women, youth, and the vulnerable population. The special provisions are for the first-time employees, large-scale hiring of more than 50 workers, and then wage compliance, that is a wage range between 10,000 to 1 lakh. Now, the core pillars include skilling, upskilling, formalization of employment, social security extension, and industrial competitiveness. So, creation of job, bringing in competition in the market with better industrial growth, formalization of employment, and enhanced social protection is important. Now, under the transparency, we have brought in a scheme with integrated system with linking of PAN, GST, audits and penalties, and EPFO, which is the real-time wage data verification at the time of filing. The next is the social security for more than 400 million unemployed workers in India, which contributes to more than 90% of the workers with around 50% of the national GDP. Now, this segment is very important. So legislation had been brought since long. In 2008, unorganized worker security social security act was brought, which was the foundational law for unorganized workers. In 2020, the code of social security was brought, and finally in 2021, e-shram portal was launched. Now, under the social security scheme, there would be the Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, which is the health coverage, life and accidental insurance up to 2 lakh, and old age pension up to 5,000 per month. Now, affordability of the scheme includes the Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana with annual premium of around 400, and Surakshit Bima Yojana with annual premium of around 20. Now, the coverage growth has increased from 20 to 50%. This coverage is nearly now half of the population, with at least one social security scheme being provided to each and every family. Now, the challenges include lack of awareness about the scheme, the complex process of eligibility and registration hurdles, and difficulty in handling the remote migrants. The basic focus, however, is integrating it with Aadhaar, making the social security more portable, and creating flexible contribution mechanisms. The next is Gramodaya. Gramodaya 2.0 is moving from skills to self-reliance. So the Spara Bio Village is one such example, which has been powered by solar energy. Dhum Smara is blending of the tribal traditions with sustainable tourism. So what is important is self-reliance, sustainability, social security, and innovation. Now, leaders like Mahatma Gandhi, Deen Dayal Upadhyaya talked about community driven and indigenous knowledge based society. So some of the flagship programs that we run are mainly Manrega, the Deen Dayal Upadhyaya schemes, and then we have JSS, rural self employment, women being one of the major proportions with 1/3 representation in local self government, 10 crore plus members in self help groups. There are some important programs which have been released, which includes Drone Didi, Lakpati Didi, Bima Sakhi. Now these are Bima Sakhi are the insurance agents. Now the holistic ecosystem includes digital financial inclusion, infrastructure and governance, resilient villages, skills and livelihood, and then there is better strategic commitment and more than 2.5 lakh panchayats with 30 lakh elected representatives being part of it. Now the next one is green technology. Under green technology, renewable energy of 1 million plus jobs have been generated through solar, wind, hydro, biomass, and biogas. There are millions of new jobs being projected by 2030. The community impact has reduced. Rural migration has been provided for local and inclusive employment opportunity. Now, under renewable energy initiatives, diverse employment, skill development, and decentralized solutions are important. So, Surya Mitra, Varun Mitra are some of the major schemes under it. Then under circular economy, eco-friendly production, new opportunities for repair, refurbishment and energy efficiency and policy support, and then eco-consciousness, which includes diverse roles and investment potentials for local craft, conservation, more investments and better employment. And finally, policy driven growth and inclusive development. So, those are some of the aspects that have been covered under the green technology. The next one that we would focus on is Digital India and Swayam. Now, Digital India under Swayam, we are talking about BharatNet 4G and 5G networks for internet. This would provide empowerment, inclusion, skill and livelihood, economic transformation. Now, through Swayam, free and accessible education has been provided. Numerous courses are available from humanities to engineering to vocational courses. Quality is being maintained and then exams are being conducted at regular interval so that even the students from the remotest corner can avail it and get benefit of it. Excuse me. The next is India UK FTA, that's the free trade agreement. 99% of India's export basket, the beneficiary includes gems, auto, sports, organic chemicals, startup MSMEs. The idea is to eliminate tariffs on 95% of agricultural and food products, mainly on grapes, onion, tea, coffee, mangoes, seafood, white fish and pulses, and then inclusive growth, which includes value-added exports, regional development and global competitiveness. And finally, the last one is AI-enabled digital skilling in rural India. Now, rural women are becoming entrepreneurs with AI-driven agriculture, youth-led online ventures, and schemes like AI Pragya. There has been an increased coverage from 19% to 64%. Digital literacy has increased. The gender gap has significantly remained, and this is one of the major challenges. The affordable internet is important, and then localized AI tools and inclusive policy formulations have been some of the major ideas. So those are some of the aspects that we have covered in Kurukshetra this month. In case you have any questions or queries, feel free to post those on the link below. Thanks for joining.